Hello students, so on this video you're going to learn about the skill 2v5. So you're watching this video is because you need to complete that skill. So here we go. There's two important things that you need to remember in order to do this skill, and that first thing is that the labels that you're going to have for the x and the y axis. So look in this case how for the x axis the label we have, it's the number of seed packets, and for the y axis we have the total number of plants. Okay, and that's important because that's going to be related to the question we would have to answer. So here we go. I'm going to read the problem and then the question, and we'll answer it together. So this graph shows how the number of plants Sean can have in his backyard is related to the number of seed packets he purchases. How many seed packets does Sean need to have a total of 500 plants in his backyard? Now this number is important because that's where I will start looking at. So 500 plants in his backyard. Now if you think about it, where do you think you can find that number? On the number of seed packets or on the total number of plants? Yep, you're right. If you're thinking, well, ma'am, that it's on the total number of plants, that is actually correct because the 500 is right here. So I will need to draw an imaginary line that goes from that 500 all the way to the line that is given on the graph, and I will find the other coordinate from that point. So I know that one coordinate is 500, but the other coordinate would be the 50, which means he will need a total of 50 seed packets. So let's type it here. Let's see if that is correct. And we got it. Now let's see this question here. So let me erase that. There we go. I'm going to read the problem, then the question. So this graph shows how the number of carnations Nelly, a florist, has left is related to the number of arrangements she put together. Then you have in here, look how the x-axis is a number of arrangements. Look how the y-axis is the carnations remaining. Now the question is, what is the greatest number of arrangements Nelly can put together if she wants to have 40 carnations left? So where do you think you can find that 40? Yep. Well, if they're talking about the carnations left, so that means that we can find it right here, which the 40 is right here. I will draw a line that intersects with the line given on the graph, and I will find the x coordinate in this case, which is 5. That means she would be able to do 5 arrangements. So I will put the 5 here. As you can see, it's really simple. So I think I'm only gonna do like maybe, I don't know, like 2 or 3 more. So let's see. Okay, let's try this one. This graph shows how the number of flowers Cole can have in his garden is related to the number of seed packets he purchases. So here we go. The question. With 60 seed packets, how many total flowers can Cole have in his garden? So 60 seed packets. Where do you think you can find that? Yep, right here. So we create a line that intersects with the line given on the graph, and I would check how many, in this case it's flowers, how many flowers, which it would be 500. So they put 500. Okay, let's see this one. I think 2 more and that's it. So this one here. This graph shows how the cost of renting a movie van depends on how many hours it is rented for. And then you have the graph. Look how the x-axis is represented with the hours, the y-axis with the cost in dollars. So question, if a moving van is rented for 8 hours, where do you think you can find that? Yep, on the hours, which is right here. I draw an imaginary line that it intersects with the line given on the graph, and the total price would be $80. So it would be $80. Some of the questions are going to be open-ended like this ones, and some are going to be like this ones, multiple choice, but it's exactly the same thing. You read the question. So whatever the question is asking you to do, and in this case you don't have to actually type the answer, they will give you options. The closest one, that's the one that you will select for this type of problems. So if you have any more questions, let me know. We can set up a meeting together so I can answer all the questions you have. If you need more time as well and you are not able to complete it by Sunday, let me know. Remember that grades are due soon for the end of the year, so make sure that you try your very best to get the highest grade possible. I will see you on the next video. Bye!